A little disclaimer: all the information that I share in this video is particularly what applies to us. It might apply to your kid, it might not apply to your kid. Just bear in mind that all kids are different, and toddlers especially have minds of their own, and they always want to do things different. So just bear that in mind. All I'm saying here is not telling you what to do with your toddler. I'm not telling you how to discipline your babies, and I'm certainly not telling you how to go about living your lives as parents. So with that being said, let us get started. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk a little bit about something that pretty freaks me out a little bit, simply because I feel like this depends on a single person as an individual, and also because it kind of raises a couple of eyebrows every time I talk about this. And it's not because I'm not doing it right or the next person is not doing it right or anything like that. It's simply because of our choices that we make and obviously our parenting style. But I mean, I know there's probably somebody somewhere out there who's trying something that is not working, and I thought I should just go ahead and share a little bit about what we do. What I'm talking about is toddler discipline and tantrums. I know those are the three main things right now in my life. I'm not kidding you guys. I have a 2-year-old who's keeping me so busy. It's not even funny. Like, it's insane. Just the other day I was thinking about the times when she was like 16 months old and everything was easy, and we had like a set sort of discipline, and she followed the rules, she obeyed the rules, and boy, is it different right now. It's insane. Like, there are times where I literally have to go into the bathroom and like pull myself together and just think, she's just a toddler, she's just a toddler, and then come out and try and discipline her. It's pretty insane. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys a little bit about what we do at home to try and discipline her. Discipline has always been the main issue, not necessarily issue, like has been the big discussion in this household, simply because obviously K-Bear is growing up a little bit too fast, and we need to set some boundaries, we need to set some rules, we need to, like, you know, have that solid foundation of what she can and cannot do so that she doesn't get confused herself as she grows up. So we have had a couple of conversations about this. To be quite honest, we talked about this way before K-Bear was born, and it worked pretty great for us, especially the first, I want to say 16 to 18 months. The discipline was great, everything was going well, and then she went into her terrible twos, as people call it, and it is a total roller coaster. So I'm gonna start first by telling you guys what we used to do first when she was still a little goober, and by little goober I mean in her from 12 months to around about 18-19 months. These were pretty easy things. I'm pretty sure most of the parents are practicing these things. So the first thing that we did, which worked like I can't even begin to tell you guys how I appreciated this, was distraction. Like a total redirection from, if she wants to, for example, play with something that she's not supposed to play with, I would just redirect her attention and take her into a playroom, and we'd pick a toy and we'd play. And it used to be so much easier. She wouldn't fight me, and she wouldn't, like, you know, she wouldn't be against it at all. She'd just go along with mommy and she'd be so happy, and everything would just go well. We practiced distraction all from, to be quite honest, the time she hit 12 months old until she was around about 19 months. And I honestly believe that some of the things that helped us with that is because she had like short-term memory. They can't remember stuff for longer periods of time. So if she'd want to play with this and we'd redirect her, she'd completely forget about that, and she'd be totally like into this new activity. And then the other thing that we used to do was to be prepared in advance. And what I mean by this is there are times where Daisy has to go to his brothers, or I have to go hang out with my friends, or just one of us has to stay home with K-Bear and actually be on baby duty. So what we would do is, because, you know, life happens, we have to do things, we have adult responsibilities, we have to clean around the house, we have to do this, we have to do that. So we'd set up an activity, and the one thing that worked wonders for us was painting. She obviously likes to get herself messy, so we'd set up, like, we have a tiny little small dining table. We'd set up, we'd cover it with paper, and would give her like painting, and she would go crazy with that. She'd paint everywhere, and we usually just set up a maximum of 30 minutes for ourselves. Like if you want to clean around the house, we obviously, I'd help him or he'd help me before he goes, so that there's minimal work to be done while one of us is out, so that we can try and focus all of the other energy and time on the little one. So we give ourselves the maximum 30 to 45 minutes to just get whatever it is you want to do done, and then go back to focusing your attention on her, because little kids always want attention. She'd paint, you happily likes to paint, I'm not kidding you guys, and she would do that, and she'd be not distracted for a good 15 minutes. She'd be painting, but then after that she wants you to come look, and then she wants you to come comment and give little compliments and this here and there. And so that's what we did. We'd set up an activity for her in advance and quickly have time to like prep dinner, or sweep around the house, or just put things back in order. Just one tiny bit of things that needs to be done that we didn't get a chance to finish together. That's what we did initially when she was a baby. And then she hit about 20 months and 21 months and then 2 years, and everything changed. Like, you know, when people used to say the terrible twos are coming and you should be prepared for that, and blah blah blah, this, and 2 years blah blah blah, and I was like, oh, whatever, my kid is good, she's like a good kid, we have our things sorted, we have our rules set, and everything's gonna be fine. Boy, was I wrong. So we're now at a stage where, which I totally don't blame her, she's pushing the rules, she's pushing boundaries, she's pressing buttons, she's literally testing our patience, and it's kind of driving me insane. Like, there's so many times where, like I said, I have to detach myself from the sin. Like, I literally have to go away and just calm myself down and then go back in, because I realize that if I try to react in the moment, I honestly raise my voice or I end up shouting at her, and it just doesn't help the situation. It just makes things worse. She ends up screaming for no reason or throwing even more tantrums, and that does not solve the problem. So this is what we do, and this has been quite effective for us, at least in the last I want to say 2 months ish, but it's actually a little over a month. So what we are doing is we're effectively using time out. And so what we do is we have a tiny little corner, and it's actually a nice comfortable corner for her. There's a little chair, she gets to sit there, and I tell her, you need to think about what just happened, okay? Mommy said no, you can't go out with your friends, it's too late to go out with your friends. So you need to sit down here and cool down, think about what you did, and when you're done, come say sorry, mommy, and then we'll move forward. And I'm not kidding you guys, she does exactly that. She sits down, she'll cry for the first 10 seconds, but then she will calm herself down, and she actually sit there for about 1.5 minutes, and when she's done, she'll come to me and say sorry, mommy, and I'll give her a little hug, and I will say, it's okay, just don't do it again. And then we carry on like everything is okay, which everything is okay. So we've been using time out for quite a while, and like I'm saying, it's working wonders for us. The second thing that we do with her is we usually just come down to her level. Whenever she's throwing a tantrum or she's just not happy about something, I will kneel down and I will talk to her, or Daisy will talk to her, and we'll just try and understand what's going on. Like, literally be on her level, be eye level, look her in the eyes, and we'll talk to her that way. I realized that when we do it that way, we actually get to grab her attention, because when I'm standing up or Dizzy's standing up and we're trying to talk to her and she has to literally just look up at us, it's like, whatever, mommy, you're a giant, you're making noise and I cannot hear you right now, I'm choosing not to listen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do whatever it is I'm doing. And then the third thing that we do with her is we help her out. K-Bear is in that phase where she is exploring things, she is going crazy, she's being a little adventurer, honestly. So she'll go around to our mobile garden and she'll try to pick our little spinach, and she'll do so many things. So, and most of the time these things get her frustrated, because first, she doesn't have too much strength. So she'll try to pick up her tricycle, which doesn't make sense, and then she'll get frustrated because the damn tricycle won't get off the floor. So we will go in and we'll help her out, and we first come down to her level and we tell her, listen baby, you're not strong enough to pick up the tricycle. If you need help, you have to call on mommy or you have to call on daddy, and then we'll come and we'll help you. And then obviously we help her out, and then the situation is dissolved. I realized that frustration is a big part of her life right now, simply because, like I said, she's learning all of these new things and she's getting overwhelmed most of the time, and she's getting also frustrated because she's not getting the results that she wants. And so the biggest part we have to play with her right now is to actually just help her and help her understand that that cannot be done, or she can't do it yet, or just something. She is honestly very independent when it comes to playing time. She likes to just go into her playroom and play away until she gets frustrated, and then we have to obviously step in and help her out. That's another big thing that has been helping us so much, especially when it comes to discipline, because then once we figure out her frustration and we actually help her out, then there's no need for a tantrum, and oh my god, there's no need for her to be naughty, and everything is sorted. And then the one major thing that has been working wonders for us, and I feel like I've been saying this the whole time, is logical consequence. And KB has been going crazy over painting, and honestly, we're not stopping her. We're actually encouraging her to go ahead with her painting. We give her painting. We bought her a whole bunch of painting. But now with logical consequence, what I mean is there are times where she wants to paint on the wall, like the physical wall, and we tell her, no, you can't do it. So every time when I give her her paint and her papers and her paint brushes, I tell her, remember baby, you can't paint on the wall, okay? If you paint on the wall, mommy's gonna have to take away your paint and your papers and paint brushes. And we'll all agree on that. And then obviously I'll let her paint. The most of the time when I sit next to her and we paint together, we do a handprint and all of that nice stuff. But then the minute she starts painting on the wall, she actually likes to turn and look at me to see what I'm gonna say. And I tell her, don't do it. We had an agreement. And if she goes ahead and does that anyway, I pick up her paint and I take it away. She will cry, and then we give her a timeout because she knows she broke the rules. I told her not to paint on the wall. The logical consequence was for me to take away the paint and painting material, and then I give her a timeout. So that has been working wonders for us, because she knows if I do this, mommy's gonna have to take away my stuff. If I play with my food and I throw it on the floor, mommy's gonna have to take away my food. If I throw away my stuffed animals, mommy's gonna have to keep them away from me. So that's how it's been going for us, and that has been kind of working. We've been doing this for about 3 weeks now, and it's kind of working because she's able to understand more. She's actually making sentences herself, so when we explain things to her, she's able to grasp more words and actually make sense out of it. So she kind of knows, oh, when mommy says this, this is actually what she means, so I'm not supposed to do this. And it's been working great. So honestly, those are the top things that we have been doing right now. It's giving her time out, logical consequence, coming down to her level to sort of like grab her attention, and also helping her out during frustration. Those are the top 4 things that have been working wonders for us, especially now in her terrible 2 years, which I honestly don't want to call it terrible 2, but it is really bad. We actually planning on keeping it this way for quite some time, for a couple more months to follow, to see if she actually listens more and she sort of like follows the rules. To be quite honest, the objective is not for her to drastically change her behavior overnight or to be the good kid overnight, because I don't want a good kid, to be quite honest. I just want a child who's going to be able to know when mommy says no, mommy means no. I don't want a perfect kid. I just want a child who's able to follow the rules. I completely understand that she's not going to be 100% free of naughty, and she's not going to be 100% free of tantrums, and she's not going to be 100% free of testing limits and pushing boundaries. And I completely love that about her toddler phases. That's like the most thing that's keeping the excitement, that makes me wake up every morning and think, I wonder what she's gonna do today. So I want her to keep doing that, but I need her, to understand the rules. So those are the things that has been working for us. Honestly speaking, the early toddler phase around her 16 months, 18 months were a breeze for us. It was so much easier. Like I said, we didn't have to implement all that much discipline. All we had to do was distract her and give her activities to do, and that was perfect. She was happy with that. But now she's like Little Miss Independent and she's going crazy. But those top 4 things, time out, logical consequence, coming down to her level and helping her out during frustration, has been working for us. So that's gonna be it from us today. Please do share what you do with your little ones down below in the comment section. I'd be so happy like to read all your comments and maybe take even pointers from you guys, because I'm sure from one mother to another the struggle is real. So please be sure to leave your comments down below, any suggestions, concerns, and of course comments for like the millionth time now. So that's gonna be it from us today. Be sure to check us out from our social media pages. Links are all down below in the description box, and do subscribe if you are new to my channel or you haven't been brave enough to click the subscribe button. Go ahead and click it. So that's gonna be it from us today, and we will see you guys later. Bye.